This portion of today's video is brought to you by Blueland. Over the past few years, I have adopted a few sustainable life changes such as limiting waste and recycling, just all the works. And it was then that I realized how difficult it is to find cleaning products without ingredients that I felt good about until I found Blueland. It may not seem like it, but individual actions do matter and the impact can add up quickly. During this plastic-free July, I have been loving my Blueland cleaning products, specifically their hand soap, dishwasher, and laundry tablets. These people and planet-friendly products have zero plastic waste, are hypoallergenic, and are sourced from vegan and non-GMO ingredients. As someone who is in the kitchen a great deal of the time cooking and cleaning, I always rely on their dishwasher tablets to clean up and perform on my many burn-on stain mishaps. The soap tablets start at just $2.25 and are gentle and effective on my skin. They also have a plethora of scents, and I have been loving the scent Zion. You can get even more savings by purchasing refills in bulk or setting up a subscription, which are customizable and convenient so you'll never run out of your most used products. If you guys are interested in checking out Blueland, you can click my link down below in the description box, as well as use my QR code for 15% off your first purchase with Blueland. Again, thank you so much to Blueland for sponsoring today's video. Hi guys, I'm Ree. Welcome back to my channel. If you're a new babe, hit the subscribe button because you're gonna want to stay. If you're returning, hey besties, it's so good to see you again. As you can tell by today's title, we are getting back into another what I eat. What was I about to say? What I eat in a day? That's not what this is. If you can read correctly, the title of this video is another meal prep with Ree. Oh my gosh, it's just very early, okay? I've only had one sip of coffee this morning, so just show me some grace because where was I going with that? What I eat in a day. Although, maybe that's the video that you guys want me to put out next, so let me know down below in the comment section. So today's meal prep has 3 recipes in it. One of them I have to give credit because it is not mine, but it's so good. It's from the Moody Foodie. She's here on Instagram. I'll have her information on the screen here. She has so many dope recipes, and the creamy lemon salmon, I think that's what it's called, or that's what I'm gonna call it because in my mind, that's what it is. That dish was literally so good. Like, I can't wait to try more of her recipes. So if you guys are looking for any food inspo, I will also leave her Instagram, like I said, so you guys can check out her page, check out her website. She's got a ton of recipes and they're free. So definitely go check her out on IG. The other 2 recipes are a healthier vegan chocolate chip cookie dough bark that has wholesome ingredients and it tastes really good. I mean, I'm a chocolate person, so hello. And then finally, I made a barbecue chicken salad, which is literally the same salad I've been eating for the last, I feel like 6 weeks. At least 3 times a week, I'm eating the same salad. It's basic, but it's been getting the job done for me, okay? That's all I can really say about it. I really need my coffee to pull its weight this morning because I am exhausted. You guys could pause the screen right here to read my disclaimer. You already know, I'm not a professional. Just giving you some healthy meal inspiration to add to your meal prep so that healthy eating doesn't have to be boring or disgusting, because it never gave that, okay? It never gave that. Also, I will have my recipes linked down below in the description box as well. It's just a quick little PDF link that you can click on, you can download, you can save, and you have access. You already know the drill. And now that that is all out of the way, let's go ahead and get right into this meal prep. So up first, we are making this creamy lemon salmon and orzo. Here are the ingredients on the screen, but remember, I'll have the recipe in a cute little PDF down below for you. It's probably not my most healthiest, but it's been getting the job done. And like I said, you can always customize to either add things or take things away, so you're meeting your macro count for the day. So first, we're gonna start by seasoning some salmon. I'm just drizzling it with a little bit of olive oil and using my basic seasonings like paprika, black pepper, salt, and garlic powder. And we're gonna season both sides and season with love, specifically with the saltless seasonings, okay? Be careful, don't overdo it, but season with a little bit of love. The nice thing about this recipe is that there is not a lot of chopping involved, so you're just going to have to wash and chop or finely mince an entire shallot. I sped it up because I'm sure you guys don't want to see me chopping all of this. Now into my cast iron skillet, I have a little bit of olive oil and I'm going to pan sear both sides of my salmon, actually all sides of my salmon, until it's fully cooked. Now that all sides of the salmon have been seared, I'm going to take them out and put them on a plate to rest. And then I'm gonna throw in just about a tablespoon of butter. And you don't have to use butter, you can use olive oil if it's not something that you're comfortable cooking with. And then I'm going to saute my shallots, minced garlic, and red pepper flakes. I had a little hiccup when filming. I got a phone call, so my pan is now cold because I had to turn the stove off to take my call, but like it should go rather quickly for you guys. So go ahead and saute for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then you're gonna go ahead and add in your dry orzo. I used about a cup. And then the real recipe that I followed, because I don't even know if I mentioned this, but I got this recipe from the Moody Foodie on Instagram. I'll have her recipe linked down below, but she used white wine, a mixture of white wine and chicken broth, but I don't have white wine because I don't really drink like that. So I just used 2 3/4 cups of chicken broth. I use low sodium. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a good mix, and then I'm going to add the zest of 1 lemon and then the juice of a lemon, and go ahead, give it a good stir, season with some salt and garlic powder to taste, and then I'm gonna pop a lid on it and allow it to simmer. You're gonna see me add spinach right now. I don't recommend that you do that because it turns this really weird brown color, so you should hold off on adding the spinach. Let the orzo cook for 10 minutes first before adding that spinach. Now that the orzo has absorbed most of the liquid, I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little bit of heavy cream. You can, eyeball it, and then add a little bit of Parmesan cheese and more spinach. This is really when you should add the spinach because I didn't cook it for that much longer, and you can tell the difference between the vibrancy of the spinach I just put in versus the spinach that's been in there for about 15 minutes. It's kind of ugly. It tasted fine, but it's kind of ugly. So I just feel like add it at the very, very end. It cooks very fast, so it's not a long process at all. Once everything is mixed in, I'm gonna go ahead and allow it to simmer for another 5 to 6 minutes, and then pop my lid on and we should be good. Then I just submerged my salmon into the orzo mixture and topped with a little bit of lemon because it's pretty, why not? And that's really this entire dish. Now you know that assembly is my favorite part of any meal prep. I'm just going to pile high that creamy orzo and top it off with a piece of salmon. And look at her. She is beauty, she is grace, and she's a 10 out of 10 in taste. Next up, we have to skip forward to dessert. I have a 5 ingredient vegan chocolate chip cookie dough bark, and you guys, it's so good. You need some almond flour, maple syrup, coconut oil, chocolate, and salt to taste. So we're gonna start with, I use a superfine almond flour, and I really like the texture of this. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it very much tastes like vegan cookie dough bark. However, it's good. It's really good, I promise. Follow up by 1/3 cup of some maple syrup, not pancake syrup, but maple syrup, y'all. Please, you will be so upset with yourself. And then I melted 3 tablespoons of coconut oil off camera, and I'm just gonna go ahead and add that into my flour mixture. I also added a little bit of salt, and I'm going to mix that up until it's all combined and makes this little like paste. Then I'm gonna go ahead and open up my chocolate bars. If it's chocolate, it's for me. So this part is probably my favorite part of this meal prep. Just like look at me undressing that chocolate bar like that. Oh my gosh, I love it. This is the content I love to create and see, absolutely. So I'm gonna go ahead and chop up an entire milk chocolate bar into like, kind of small chunks, but just look at her. Just admire this view, admire this shot, the texture, just all of it. Oh my gosh, yes. And then of course, just to make sure that the chocolate is good enough to put in my recipe, I have to try a couple of pieces. And I mean, 5 or 6, but I had to edit that out. Now we're gonna add that chocolate back into our dough, and we're gonna give it a really good mix. This doesn't take long at all, but go ahead and look at that texture shot. It's really very like moist, and I hate that word, but like it's the perfect description for this dessert. Then you're gonna go ahead and pour your dough onto a lined cookie sheet. I didn't have any parchment paper, so plastic wrap is just what it's gonna be because this is what I had on hand. And at first I started using a spatula, but then I moved on to my hands, and it's fine because, you know, we wash our hands in the kitchen, you know, we're not dirty or anything. So use your hands, they're great tools to use. Get it to your desired thickness and then set it aside. And now for the rich chocolate shell that's going on top, I'm gonna take half of my 85% cocoa bar and half of the milk chocolate bar, break them up into bite-sized pieces, and then pop them in the microwave and melt them on increments of 30 seconds, mixing in between, making sure that I do not burn the chocolate, because that would be really like a hate crime, I feel like. Burning chocolate? Are we kidding? Give it a good mix, and once it's pourable and all smooth, I'm gonna go ahead and pour it onto my dough and smear it all over. You wanna make sure that it's dripping off the sides, and you know, just that every little piece of this chocolate cookie dough is covered. And then of course there's a spatula left over for you to lick, but that's my business because I definitely did. I popped mine in the freezer overnight, but it really needs to only set in the freezer for about 3 to 4 hours, but you know, overnight is better. And this is what it looks like when it came out of the freezer. Oof. First of all, my fingertips were burning. That's how cold it was. But look at it. It's like kind of fudgy when you break it apart. I thought it was just gonna like snap, kind of like a chip or something. But no, it was nice and like soft on the inside. So good. And this has been satisfying my chocolate craving this entire week, and I've needed it because Rachel's here. So you know, if you know, you know. But yeah, honestly, so good and such a quick and healthy snack. Okay, this next recipe is nothing special at all, but it's the same salad that has literally had me in a chokehold for the last maybe 6 weeks. I just keep eating it like 3 times a week. I'm taking 2 chicken breasts that I cleaned and I patted dry, and I'm going to add on the Montreal steak seasoning. I just feel like that's the best barbecue seasoning ever. I don't know why, but I'm adding that and a little bit of paprika to both sides of my chicken. And then I'm gonna go ahead and sear it in a pan and cook it until it's no longer pink, because what do we not eat on this channel? That's right, we don't eat pink chicken. So cook it until it's completely done. I'm gonna sear it on both sides, and then because I be paranoid sometimes that chicken's not done when I just sear it on both sides, I'm gonna actually pour in a little bit of chicken broth and allow it to simmer for about like 10 to 15 minutes on the stove until I've fully confirmed that the chicken is cooked. Okay, now the chicken is done, and somewhere I saw that you could shred chicken with a handheld mixer. When I tell you this was some foolery, because I've never seen chicken run away from me like this. This took me a long time. Please, just stick around. I edited most of this, but like the chicken was running around the bowl. It just, you know, we got it done, and it actually is kind of efficient, but I need to practice a little bit more because it was giving me a run for my money. So go ahead and shred your chicken. I am not opposed to using my hands or, you know, using a fork, but you know, I wanted to have some decorum, I guess, and just not use my hands this time. But you know, really, I'm not too good for my hands, all right? But anyway, the chicken is now shredded, and I'm gonna use some Sweet Baby Ray's. I love me some Sweet Baby Ray's. This is my favorite barbecue sauce, and I'm gonna put a little bit on there. Maybe a little bit more, just enough to make it, you know, a little bit more like wet. And I'm going to mix it up together. I don't want to drench it in barbecue sauce because, again, you know, sauce calories add up. However, you know, do what you got to do. This is the base for my barbecue chicken salad. Oh, maybe I never even told you guys what I'm making. I'm making a barbecue chicken salad. So now I'm grabbing 2 meal prep containers, and I'm using some, I almost said baby spinach. That's not what this is. Some spring mix, and I'm gonna add in some chopped red onion, some diced red bell pepper, and then I also just had some blackened corn sitting around in my fridge that I need to get rid of, so it's perfect. And then I'm going to pile high my barbecue shredded chicken, and that's really it, how I'm going to keep it in the fridge. But of course, you know, when it's time to actually assemble, I'll show you what we really do. Then I made just a quick dressing, and I had 2 limes that were really like on the verge of being bad, and I wanted to use them before they went that bad because we don't want to be wasteful. So I had the juice of 2 limes, and then I ran out of olive oil, so I have maybe about like half a tablespoon in there, some minced jalapeno, a little bit of honey, salt, pepper, and a little bit of red chili flakes, and that is really my dressing. Just go ahead and give it a good shake and you are good to go. And then to assemble the salad, I'm going to add a little bit of sharp cheddar cheese and some crushed up corn tortillas. These are the Sweet July Mexican street corn, I believe is the flavor of them. And then I poured on my salad dressing, and that is the salad. Okay guys, so that is gonna conclude this week's meal prep. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you've made it this far in the video, tell me down below what was your favorite recipe from this meal prep. Mine was definitely that lemony creamy salmon and orzo dish. So good, such a banger. I'm definitely gonna be tweaking it more to my liking, but I'm definitely adding it to my meal repertoire because she's good. She's great. Also, if there are specific recipes that you want me to feature here on my channel, please drop them in the comment section because I'm always looking for new creative and fun food inspiration. And with that, I'm gonna leave you off here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Also be sure to turn on your post notifications. That way you can be notified every time I drop a new video. And until next time, babes, I'll see you in my next.